what it was like to go out there with Kobe surely on your guys' mind and heart, and did you notice the moment early on when you were up 24-8 in the first quarter?
It was an honor. It's been an honor to just put on the Laker uniform, even before the passing of the great Kobe Bryant. And tonight was another one of those moments for myself, for this organization, for all the players that was able to wear those uniforms that that was inspired by him and his mind and his creativity. So to go out there and one day removed from his birthday, and then his day of 8/24 to be able to have a game on this day, the stars aligned. I did notice that we were up 24-8 because I'm always trying to figure out what's going on throughout the course of the game. I'm always looking if we're up, if we're down, what's the team fouls and all of that nature. And when I looked up there and seen 24-8, I was like, okay, this is he's here in the building. So. It's a beautiful night for our franchise, and it's something that we probably will always remember. Game 4 of the 2020 playoffs in this moment.
Hey, LeBron, just thinking about today being Mamba Day, what does the Mamba mentality mean to you specifically, and how do you think part of that might have played out?
Just work hard. I mean, there's not much more you could say. Everyone has their own definition about it or their own mantra about it, but you don't see any benefits if you don't work. And I've always been like that. And to be able to continue his legacy is something that hits home for me, and it's easy for me because I put in the work. And if you want to see results, you gotta work at it. And it's not about the wins or the losses and all of that nature. It's just about a lot of people want to see results, but a lot of people don't want to put in the work. And he wasn't one of those guys, and I'm not one of those guys. So it's just an honor to be able to continue that legacy.
What was it about the offense, not just tonight, but last night, that it started to fall into place of LeBron and the entire team, and look, the three-point shots going down seems to be part of that. But so what has come together on that end for you guys this quickly?
Just want to get better every game. We're seeing things that we can do better. The most important thing we've done in this series is we've taken our in-between games, film sessions, our meetings, and we've applied them to that next day. We look at film, we watch film, we know it's not much practice time, and you really can't really get on the floor too much because you're playing every other day. So that next day is kind of the recovery day and things of that nature. But our minds are sharp and our minds are firing when we're in our film sessions, and that's been huge for our ball club so far.
Alec?
Joe Gordon.
I forget what it is, but your record in closeout games is way up there. Does it feel good, one, to be back in this situation, closeout games, and what do you remember about what it takes to finish these off?
It's the hardest game of a series. That's what I know. It's the hardest game because the team that you're playing with are desperate, and they're playing everything they're gonna have. They're gonna give you everything that they got because they know they can be sent home. So I come in with that same mindset, that same desperate mindset. I feel the same way. If we don't win, then I feel like we get sent home, and that's just always been my motive. That's always been my psyche, my mindset going into a closeout game. And I haven't always been victorious, but I have that mindset, and hopefully we can do just that on Wednesday.
Tanya Ganguly.
Giorgio was asked today about John in that situation, and he was asked what can we do for him.
Say that again. Was the last
He
one?
was asked what can we do for him to help. He said he'll do everything. Shouldn't even come to this practice. I wonder. I know your thoughts on that have been a little bit different. I wonder what your reaction to that is.
I don't have any reaction to George Hill's comment. Everyone has their opinion in reaction to what happened. What I can say is that if you're sitting here telling me that there was no way to subdue that gentleman, or detain him, or to just before the firing of guns, then you're sitting here and you're lying to not only me, you're lying to every African American, every black person in the community, because we see it over and over and over. There was multiple, if you watch the video, there was multiple moments where if they wanted to, they could have tackled him, they could have grabbed him. You know, they could have done that. And why does it always have to get to a point where we see the guns firing and his family is there, the kids are there, it's in broad daylight, and who knows? I mean, if that video is not being taken by that person across the street, do we even know if we even see that video? There's like talks about that the cops didn't even have their body cams on. That's a possibility. It's just quite frankly, it's just up in our community. And us, I know people get tired of hearing me say it, but we are scared as black people in America. Black men, black women, black kids, we are terrified because you don't know. You have no idea. You have no idea how that cop that day left the house. You don't know if he woke up on the good side of the bed. You don't know if he woke up on the wrong side of the bed. You don't know if he had an argument at home with a significant other. You know if one of his kids said something crazy to him and he left the house steaming. Or maybe he just left the house saying that today is going to be the end for one of these black people. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. It hurts. It hurts. And it's this through the grace of God that he's still living. Like 7 shots, close range, and he's still alive. That's through the grace of God right there. And my prayers goes out to that family and that community. But I got nothing nice to say about those cops at all. At all.
Is it hard to play basketball when you see something like that and have this fear and anger and all the emotions that are there?
I had so many emotions today because today is for our organization. It's a big moment for our organization. Today is Kobe Bryant Day. We're supposed to be celebrating and rejoicing and remembering everything he's ever done, not only on the floor but off the floor, of uplifting the game of basketball. And at the same time, I see the video today for the first time, and my emotions is all over the place. And I still have a job to do because I'm here, because I committed. And when I commit to something, I feel like I have to come through on it. That's just who I am. But it does not mean that I don't see what's going on and I won't say anything or continue to use my platform and continue to use my voice and continue to uplift all the other athletes that let them know that they can say and do what's right and not fear what other people's opinions are. It's tough. It's tough, and like we want change. As a community, we really want change, and it doesn't not only just end in November, but it starts there. And but we got to continue to still keep our foot on the pedal. Then, even if we get what we want, we still need more. What are we getting? Because right now, of what's going on is just not okay. And but I hope I can continue to uplift my community, uplift communities all over America, uplift the black community. Like I said, that's part of the reason why I started More Than a Vote, to, just to get people to understand how important our voices are. And luxury of partnering with the NAACP today, trying to get younger kids in there to help with the polls and things of that nature because of COVID, and the older generation are at risk, and it's just so much that we have to do. It's not like it's going to happen tomorrow, but being organized and having a plan and keeping our keeping our feet on the gas pedal is something that we got to do. I know I'm kind of all over the place, but my emotions is all over the place as well. It's really, I can't even enjoy a playoff win right now, which is which is the sad part.
All right, we're just gonna take a couple more. Kyle?
Sorry, I know it's an emotional thing.
No, you can ask me anything. It's all
But,
good.
you told us a couple weeks ago that, you had this desire maybe to be out there with some of the Black Lives Matter marches and things like that. Obviously, here you have to take the behind closed doors approach to a lot of these issues. How do you kind of balance maybe your desire to have your hands on the situation versus the need to kind of have that organized plan?
I don't think I'm behind closed doors, because I can get up in right now and talk to you guys about what's going on. Anything that my name is attached to is going to be, put out, and we want to do things that hits home and do things that's grand and not something that's just one off. So, I'm having conversations every day. I got half of, my brain, locked in on the playoffs, and the other half locked in on how the hell I can help black people become greater in America. And, that's what it's all about. Anybody got another one?
Mark Medina?
Yeah, LeBron, to follow on what you're talking about with this whole situation,
Yeah.
reports of voting.
Uh-huh.
What expectations do you have of what reforms need to be implemented so that police are held accountable when they kill them?
I don't want to sit here and say that I know exactly what should be done, but I did see one thing about the level of time in the academy before you become a police officer. I think it was like, I don't know, I don't want to mess it up, but I know it wasn't that long till you go in an academy, and then becoming a police officer. We got kids that's going to college 3 or 4 years, maybe 6 years, to get, their masters, if they even have to, go again, and they still don't even get the opportunity at the workspace or the job that they actually want to get. But we have people who are going into the academy who's becoming police officers in a year or two or whatever. You guys can look it up and then tell me. So I don't want to get it wrong, but and I think firearms are a huge issue in America. I don't know how you clean that up. I'm not saying that I got all the answers, but guns are a huge issue in America. And they're not used for just hunting, that a lot of people do for sport. We right now, for black people right now, we are hunting, we think it's you hunting us. Unfortunately, there's just too many killings going on, and not only from the cops, but we also have our own thing that we got to deal with, that we got to get better at as well. The black on black crime, we got to get better at that as well. But what we continue to see from the people that's supposed to serve and protect, when I was in elementary and they used to come, to the elementary and they used to talk about how they, great to give us T-shirts, if I was a crime dog, used to come to the Dare, yeah. They used to come give us T-shirts. We was like happy to see them. I even had a couple, cops that I, growing up that I was like happy to see every now and then. But you always had like in the back of your head, you was like, just got to be careful. You always got to stay on your toes because you just don't know. You just don't know. I seen a video a few months ago was it a few months ago or maybe a couple months ago, a police officer rolled past and a kid was in his parking lot shooting basketball. Y'all seen that one?
Yeah.
And as soon as the damn cop was about to ride by, the kid walked behind his dad's truck and waited for the cop to go by. That's sad. No kid should have to feel that threatened that he has to hide at his own house. That is sad. But I know what he's going through because I was one of those